Hi there, this is Scott Nicholson. This is September 8th, 2008, and welcome to Scott Stuff. Now, one of the requests I've had from a viewer out there is to talk a little bit about public speaking. I do quite a bit of public speaking, and I've gotten pretty good at it over the years. And so one of the topics I'll talk about on an irregular basis is how to improve your public speaking. Now, the tip I'm going to give you today is about motion. One of the things I don't like is when I go to a talk and I'm given a lectern and I have to stay behind the lectern. I try to avoid that kind of talk where they've got a microphone attached to the lectern and they say, you stay right here for 45 minutes and talk. I much prefer to be mobile, to get out from behind the lectern. It allows me to interact more directly with the audience. It takes away that barrier. It also makes you seem less nervous. If you're standing up there gripping the lectern, giving your talk, it gives you this sort of still feel, and many folks don't want to be mobile. They just get behind there and they have the mindset of, I have to stand here now and give my talk, and it's not going to be very interesting. And so try to break free of that. So if you have the ability when you're giving a talk to get out from behind a podium and present and be out there with the audience, do so. Now, if you just go out and you take one step forward and you stand in that spot the entire time, then you're wasting the opportunity you have to be mobile. So if you have the opportunity to move around on a stage, you should do it. And it is a stage. You are being a performer when you're giving a talk. So think about that. You're performing that talk. When you are able to be mobile, don't just pace for the sake of pacing. So some people will feel, well, if they need to be mobile, they're just going to pace back and forth from side to side, and that will be okay. And people get a little sick of watching that as well. It's like a tennis match. So what you want to do is you want to use motion appropriately. Here's what I mean. Let's say you present a slide with 3 points. What you should do is you should split your stage up into 3 parts then. And present a point, move, present a point, move, and present a point. So using your space to indicate the difference between points helps keep your audience drawn in on what's going on. It also indicates to your audience when you're changing topics a little bit, when you're changing to a different point. It refocuses them, because whenever you make a motion that's different and you're sending that signal saying, hey, watch me, I'm moving, then you'll be able to draw people's attention to make your new point. And so I will actually many times move back and forth throughout a presentation, starting on one point and moving across the stage during the duration of one slide, and then move back during the duration of the next slide, using the motion to indicate I'm changing points. Now, another thing I do with my motion is I have a spot in the room that I use for certain things. So you can also use spots in your stage to indicate when something is happening. For an example, I have a guest speaker that comes into my class. His name is Tangent Man, and Tangent Man visits whenever I'm going off on a tangent. And I address it like that. I tell the students, this is where Tangent Man lives. When I'm over in this corner of the room, I am saying something that's not necessarily related to course material. You're welcome to listen to it. You don't have to understand it, but know that I'm going off on a tangent. It also helps me to recognize when I'm going off on a tangent, so I don't do it for long. Because when I'm doing it, I've got a spot in the room I go to, I deliver my tangent, I know I'm off topic, and I'm on a tangent, and then I move out of that corner when I'm back off the tangent. So it helps me to keep in mind I'm on a tangent now. And so think about using motion when you give a talk. Don't stand behind a lectern. Be out with the folks if you can. Be right out there with them, and use motion appropriately to make a point when you're giving your talk. That's it for today's Scott Stuff. I hope to hear from you soon and perhaps watch you a little bit too. Bye-bye.